Now, I barely got my last video up in time. I was doing a video about Marjorie Taylor Greene having a ridiculous meltdown on the House floor over Dr. Fauci being a scientist. I know, it's scary. But not even a second after, while it was still uploading, what do I see? Marjorie Taylor Greene again. After the hearing, in a interview out in the hallway, in a profanity-laced, absolutely unhinged interview. You have to watch this. It's unbelievable.
What do I want to hear from Dr. Fauci? More importantly, what I'd like to hear from our committee is that we need to be writing criminal referrals for Dr. Fauci.
Why do you think that is?
He's guilty of mass murder. I mean, Fauci he's an absolute monster. He should have his medical license revoked, and he should be charged and tried for crimes against humanity.
What should now that this conviction for Trump, what should the speaker do in retaliation over this conviction?
The Speaker of the House is one of the most powerful people in the country. We control the budget. We control the power of the purse. If Speaker Johnson actually supports President Trump like he claims, he should stop the special counsel, Jack Smith, and we should be using the power of the purse to hold New York accountable for the sham convictions against President Trump. The entire thing is political. It's outrageous, and our country is completely turned a corner.
Even if it leads to a government shutdown in the fall?
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. We're a banana republic. I mean, it literally does not matter, and that's how people feel. This has come to the point where they are going to try to put President Trump in prison with these fake felony charges and convictions. They're absolutely fake. A legal expense, yeah, that's what you write for paying a lawyer. That is literally what you write. We aren't a serious country anymore. We're literally a banana republic. So what does it matter funding the government? The American people don't give a shit.
And then just kind of back to the...
No, absolutely not. I mean, everything I said is correct. It's how the American people feel. It's what we know to be a fact. It's all the evidence has been proven true. We have Jamie Raskin in there accusing us of worshiping Trump, worshiping as a convicted felon.
He is a convicted
Well, yeah, so is George Floyd. And everybody, and you all too, the media worship George Floyd. Democrats worship George Floyd. There were riots burning down the fucking country over George Floyd, and Raskin is in there saying we worship him. Excuse me, let me correct you, and this is really important. I don't worship, I worship God. God. And Jesus is my savior. I don't worship President Trump. And I'm really sick and tired of the bullshit annex I have to deal with constantly from the Democrats. So that's what we just went through in there. And then they're sitting there, they can attack my character all day long. What's his face in there? Whoever was talking last was calling me insane. But yet we can't say, oh, they're attacking my character. Oh no, it's nonstop BS and annex. You want to know why? The Democrats don't have anything. They're responsible for the lockdowns, forced vaccinations, kids being forced to stay home, people committing suicide, and all the horrors that this country lived through during COVID. Fauci belongs in prison. He should be tried for mass murder, and he should be tried for crimes against humanity. That's how I feel after that hearing. That's how the American people feel.
Number one, are you crying, Marjorie? It looks like you're tearing up.
Fauci belongs in prison. He should be tried for mass murder, and he should be tried for crimes against humanity. That's how I feel after that hearing. That's how the American people feel.
She's losing it. In a very special kind of way, actually. What you just saw there is the reaction of a liar, a fraud, and a stupid person when they have the veil pulled out so other people can finally see them for what they are. The liar, the fraud, and the stupid person. You see, in her podunk town in Rome, Georgia somewhere, she was the great wizard. But when she got to a place where people are actually educated, ask questions, and have been around the block a few times, and don't just listen to foolishness and every QAnon conspiracy theory they hear on Facebook, she's being found out that she's not the great wizard of Rome, Georgia. She's the Wizard of Oz, the small, little, stupid, liar, false identity, inhumane, racist person behind the curtain. And that's scary to her. It's frightening to her. That's why she almost cried. That's why she's lashing out. It's all crumbling down around her. Her tower, her castle of lies. People, what you see there is called a mental breakdown. After the B6 fiasco and the whole entire world looking at her gorilla back, she started posting clips of her in bikinis and working out. I'm unstoppable. I'm a virgin with no brakes. I'm invincible. It's getting to her. I understand, it's human. But there's another thing that's getting to her. It's called consequences. We have a shirt about it. Here it goes. You might want to check that out in the merch section. She's an idiot. You see, the best thing that happened since the Jasmine Crockett incident was nobody's giving any more leeway to her idiocy, to her stupidity. That piled on top of her God King found guilty of 34 felonies. Facing jail time, maybe? I don't believe that. But to her, her world is crumbling around her. The reason why her world is crumbling around her is because it was a false one that she built up in her mind, convinced the people of Georgia to elect her on. And she is realizing now that real life finally is coming to bear. Her God King is a mafia criminal. All of her theories are laughed at by people in proper society. You see, in her little corner, she was a genius. In the real world, she's an idiot. And the most important thing to remember about all of this, that rage that you saw there, that absolutely unhinged, profanity-laced interview, is that she posted it. If you don't hear anything else, hear this. The Republican Party is now a party built on violence, anger, and victimhood. When we see that, we go, oh my God, what is wrong with her? I hope she gets help. When people who are groomed in violence and victimhood and think that everything has been taken away from them that they never earned in the first place, the only way they can get it back is through violence, because democracy doesn't work because everybody told them that their votes wasn't counted. She posted that for that reason. Because the only way she can stay in power is to keep her constituents angry, fomenting. Because if they were ever to look behind the curtain and see what she's actually done as a congresswoman, the things she actually believes as compared to the evidence, the things she actually says before Crockett put her in her place and everyone let it go, she would be found out to be the incompetent, recalcitrant, dummy, fool that she is. So she has to keep their eyes blinded by the rage. And it will only get worse. More cursing, more anger, as more songs come out about her orangutan body. And as more people decide that they can speak up in the House floor every time she can't pronounce the word indicted. All she has left is this rage and those tears. And I love it.
Butch, 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 body, butch, body. We blonde, bad built, butch, body, butch, butch,